From the rugged banks of the Tungabhadra, the Hoysalas expanded southward. Their banners crossed fertile plains watered by the Kaveri, until their influence reached the sacred Vaigeyi of Madurai. Yet among their many legacies, one forgotten shrine still waits beneath the waters. The Hoysalas forged one of South India's most brilliant kingdoms, where power was adorned with art and kings bowed in devotion before Lord Narayana. The Hoysalas were among the greatest sculptors of civilization, master craftsmen who transformed soft, chloritic schist or soapstone into living poetry. Their temples were not merely places of worship, they were symphonies carved in stone, where every pillar, phrase, and sculpture told stories of gods, kings, dancers, and devotees. Their artistic genius gave rise to some of India's most exquisite monuments, many of which continue to astonish the world. More than 1,500 years ago, from modest beginnings at Angadi, ancient Sosur, the Hoysala Empire rose to become one of the most brilliant powers of South India. Their capital shifted with their growing influence from Angadi in 1026 to 1048 CE to Belur in 1048 to 1062 CE, then to the magnificent Halebeedu, known in history as Dwarasamudra in 1062 to 1300 CE, and finally to Tiruvannamalai during the empire's last phase from 1300 to 1343 CE. Deeply spiritual and remarkably inclusive, the Hoysalas supported both Jainism and Hinduism, nurturing a rich and pluralistic religious culture. A defining moment came under King Vishnuvardhana, who ruled from 1108 to 1152 CE. Inspired by the great philosopher and theologian Ramanujacharya, he embraced Sri Vaishnavism, a devotional tradition centered on Lord Vishnu and his incarnations. This spiritual transformation sparked an extraordinary era of temple construction and royal patronage across Karnataka and beyond. The Hoysalas built sanctuaries where art and devotion became inseparable. Though rooted in different faiths over time, they remain generous patrons of multiple traditions, creating a legacy in which tolerance, beauty, and bhakti flourished together. It is within this magnificent world of warrior kings, saintly philosophers, temple dancers, and master sculptors that our story begins, a journey into an age when empires ruled vast lands, but even the mightiest monarchs bowed humbly before Lord Narayana. On the sacred banks of the Kaveri river, one such forgotten jewel endures, Mulugade Narayanaswamy temple, where the spirit of Lord Narayana continues to bless the waters and memories of this ancient land. Before reaching the ancient Narayanaswamy temple, our journey brings us to a quiet village called Kalluru, Naganahalli. Hidden among the shrubs and fields are mysterious stone structures known as Dolmens, silent witnesses to a world that existed thousands of years before the empires. To understand these dolmens, we must travel briefly through ages of human history. Neolithic Age or New Stone Age started approximately 10,000 BCE to 2000 BCE in many parts of India. Iron Age developed approximately 1200 BCE onwards in South India. What we see here is called a dolmen, a burial monument constructed using massive stone slabs. These stone chambers may have served as tombs, memorials, or sacred spaces connected with the ancestor worship. Some have survived for over 2000 years, silently enduring the passage of time. The carving appears to be a standing stone or menhir, memorial stone or a decorated megalithic marker associated with the dolmen field. The swirling geometric motifs do not immediately resemble typical Hoysala carvings. They look more primitive and symbolic. Was it a memorial to an ancestor, a marker of a sacred burial ground, or a relic from an ancient community that once flourished here? The answers remain hidden. But these stones remind us that long before temples and kingdoms emerged, people were already leaving their mark upon this landscape. History is not always written in books. Sometimes it is carved into stone and then left for future generations to decipher. मन में बरसों से एक चाह थी, जानू की कावेरी माँ अपनी गोद में कितने अगणित जीवों को पालती होगी, कितनी अनकही कहानियाँ, कितने रहस्य, कितनी चमत्कारी शक्तियाँ अपने प्रवाह में समेटे बहती होगी। उन्हीं अदृश्य संसारों की धड़कनों को महसूस करने मैं कावेरी के पीछे छूटे पद चिन्हों पर चल पड़ा। Friends, these are freshwater mussels clams bivalves, two matching hulls, hinged shell, oval or elongated shape. A single mussel can filter large quantities of water daily, removing suspended particles, algae, organic debris. The mussel itself secretes the shell from calcium carbonate. The shell grows gradually throughout the animal's life. Inside lived a soft-bodied animal that filtered water for food. When water recedes, animals die naturally. Fish, birds, otters, turtles or crabs feed on them and the empty shells remain behind. As I travel further, this appears to be a stone mortar, grinding socket, pillar base or wooden post socket stone from an old settlement that once existed before the area was submerged by the waters of Kaveri. It may have been used for grinding grains, crushing spices, preparing herbal medicines, processing food materials. It may also have been wooden post foundation. The whole may have held a wooden pillar, a fence post, a mandapa support or a house structure. When the wood decayed, only the socket remained. It may also be oil press or utility stone. Some villages used similar stone for small oil extraction setups, rope and pulley mechanisms, and agricultural processing. Every scattered stone here seems to tell a forgotten story. Perhaps they formed the foundations of humble homes, the walls of ancient settlements, or structures that once stood proudly beside the Kaveri. Generations lived, worshipped, celebrated, and passed on here. Though the waters claimed the villages, these stones still endure, carrying echoes of a world that refuses to be forgotten. As the waters of the Kaveri receded, another forgotten world emerged beneath our feet. Scattered across the exposed riverbed lay thousands of tiny spiral shells, the silent remains of freshwater snails that once thrived in these waters. Most likely they belong to freshwater snail families such as Viviparidae or river snails, Thiaridae and Ampullaridae. The snail itself secretes calcium carbonate from a specialized tissue called the mantle and gradually enlarges its shell as it grows. When water levels recede, snails die naturally. Fish, birds, otters, turtles and other predators consume them. The soft body decomposes or is eaten. The hard shell remains. Over decades, thousands of shells accumulate on the riverbed. These shells indicate a healthy aquatic ecosystem, presence of fish and aquatic plants, calcium-rich water and long-term ecological stability. जितनी दूर से मैं इस मंदिर को देखता हूँ, उतनी ही प्रेम, भक्ति और करुणा मन में जाग उठती है। कितने धन्य होंगे वे भक्त जिन्होंने यहाँ भगवान नारायण के साक्षात दर्शन किए होंगे। जहाँ कावेरी की गोद, अनंत आकाश, बहती वायु और पावन धरती एक हो जाते हैं, मानो स्वयं प्रकृति हरि के चरणों में अपनी श्रद्धा अर्पित कर रही हो। The receding waters have exposed more than a temple. Around us lie architectural fragments that hint at a much bigger, larger structure. Displaced stone courses, fallen masonry, and buried foundations suggest that what we see today may be only a small surviving portion of a once thriving sacred complex. Each exposed block offers another clue in the archaeological puzzle of Mulugade. The temple builders were using large dressed granite blocks, not small masonry stones. The roof appears to consist of massive monolithic granite slabs resting directly on stone beams and pillars through a sophisticated load distribution system. Look at the carving, which appears to be a rosette or lotus medallion motif, a very common sacred architectural symbol in medieval South Indian temples. The design consists of a central circular boss, radiating petals or spokes, an outer circular frame and a leaf-like motifs emerging around it. Since this is a Narayanaswamy temple, the motif may symbolically represent lotus or Padma. The lotus is one of the most sacred symbols in Vaishnavism. It represents purity emerging from water, spiritual awakening, divine beauty, and the cosmic lotus associated with Vishnu. Chakra symbolism or the radial pattern also evolves. Sudarshana chakra, cosmic order, protection and divine energy. This carving was probably not random decoration. Such motifs were often placed on ceiling slabs, wall panels, platform mouldings, architectural blocks, and sacred focal point within the temple. The craftsmen were turning even structural stones into works of art. The roof is not a single masonry mass. There are two distinct systems visible. Lower system consisting of massive dressed granite pillars. Above the granite roof slabs, we see many layers of smaller stones. These likely belong to the Vimana or superstructure, roof build-up layers, weatherproofing courses, or decorative architectural tiers. What fascinates me is the apparent absence of visible mortar. The builders likely relied heavily on precise stone dressing, gravity, weight distribution, and interlocking joints. Many South Indian temples survive because the stones were cut to fit each other extraordinarily well. Notice how some upper layers slightly project inward and outward. This resembles a technique called corbelling, where successive courses are stepped to transfer weight gradually downward instead of forcing all the load onto one point. Upper stone transfer weight onto lower stones, into beams, into pillars, and into foundations. This is more likely the Vimana or Shikara above the sanctum or Garbhagruha of the temple. What I observe is the Dravidian influence. The structure is built in receding tiers, lower story wider, upper stories gradually reducing, and horizontal mouldings separating levels. Unlike later temples where upper towers were often brick and stucco, this appears substantially stone built. That indicates considerable investment, skilled masonry, and high status temple patronage. Kuta and Sala motifs. Look closely at the miniature architectural projections. The builders seem to be reproducing tiny shrines on the surface itself. This is a hallmark of medieval South Indian architecture. A temple carrying miniature temples upon itself. Strong Hoysala era characteristics. While not as elaborate as Belur and Halebeedu, the structure shows rhythmic horizontal mouldings, dense articulation, miniature shrine motifs, and strong geometric organization. It feels consistent with a regional Hoysala period Vaishnava shrine. Chloritic schist or soapstone, often called pot stone in Karnataka, or a related metamorphic stone is used here.
Mulugade Narayanaswamy temple refers to submerged temple. Narayanaswamy is the main deity here. Mulugade Narayanaswamy temple refers to the devotion of Vaishnavas. The Hoysala king and Hoysala empire has flourished in this land. It is a spiritual legacy of Hoysalas.
Constructed more than 15 centuries ago, Mulugade Narayanaswamy temple stands like a timeless Vaishnava shrine on the banks of the sacred Kaveri river, where the spiritual legacy of the Hoysala empire still echoes through stone and silence. When the waters of the Krishnarajasagara reservoir recede, this ancient temple appears like a memory emerging from the depths, reminding us that kingdoms may fade, but devotion to Lord Narayana remains eternal. Close your eyes for a moment, and the ruins begin to live again. These are but artistic reconstructions, yet they help us glimpse a forgotten age, an age where Mulugade was alive with worship, learning and devotion. The temple stands radiant, lamps flicker in the twilight, and the air is filled with hymns in praise of Lord Narayana. Kings bow their heads, queens offer their prayers, saints chant sacred verses, and devotees gather from distant lands. What remains today are fragments of stone, yet within them survives an entire world of faith, devotion, and memory, a world that Kaveri has hidden but never erased. Submerged beneath waters of Kaveri, this is a Veeragallus or hero stone. The upper panel depicts the hero in the abode of the gods. Having earned Veerasvarga through his sacrifice, he now stands before the divine, often worshipping a Shivalingam. The sun and moon carved above proclaim that his courage will endure for eternity. The middle panel symbolizes the hero's journey to Veerasvarga, the warrior's heaven. Celestial maidens or apsaras are shown escorting the fallen hero toward the divine realm, celebrating his courage and immortal sacrifice. The lowest panel captures the hero's defining moment, engaged in battle, defending his people or protecting his land. Weapons in hand, he is immortalized in the act of supreme courage that led to his death. Veeragallus is a memorial erected in honor of warriors, hunters and defenders who sacrificed their lives in acts of exceptional courage. Such stones are found across South India, particularly in Karnataka. Many hero stones also contain inscriptions in Old Kannada. These serve as historical records identifying the warrior, describing the event that led to his death, naming the ruling king, and documenting rewards granted to the hero's surviving family. This may be a Shiva in anthropomorphic form or a sacred shrine containing a linga. The side figures could be Ganas or the attendants of Shiva, devotees or celestial attendants. Many Veeragallus conclude with the hero reaching Shiva's presence. The fallen warrior has attained Shiva's abode. सांझ हो चुकी थी, कावेरी की लहरों पर बिखरती सूर्य की अंतिम किरणों के साथ मन इतिहास के उन पन्नों में खो गया जहाँ श्रीहरि, उनके भक्त और राजाओं की श्रद्धा आज भी जीवित है। एक क्षण के लिए लगा क्या ये मंदिर फिर से उसी वैभव, उसी गरिमा और उसी भक्ति के साथ खड़ा हो सकता है? उत्तर कहीं से नहीं आया, लेकिन कावेरी की शांत लहरों ने इतना अवश्य कहा, कुछ स्मृतियां कभी नहीं मरती। Returning across this exposed land, I could not help but imagine the world that once existed here, where we now walk. Families may have lived, children may have played, and devotees may have journeyed towards sacred shrines. Roads, homes, temples, and entire communities once breathed life into this landscape. Time and water have transformed them into memories, yet their presence still lingers in the silence. As the sun dipped toward the horizon, it seemed as though every stone, every breeze, and every ripple of Kaveri carried echoes of generations long gone, but never truly lost. कावेरी के निर्मल जल में आधे डूबे ये पत्थर समय की एक खुली हुई पुस्तक जैसी प्रतीत होते हैं। इन पर कभी किसी मंदिर की छाया पड़ी होगी, किसी भक्त के चरण पड़े होंगे, किसी सभ्यता ने अपना स्वप्न संजोया होगा। आज ये जल के नीचे शांत पड़े हैं, किंतु इनके भीतर अब भी एक पूरा इतिहास सांस ले रहा है। स्मृतियाँ डूबती नहीं, वे केवल प्रतीक्षा करती है किसी सुनने वाले के आने की। My humble salutations to Lord Sri Narayanaswamy. Beneath the waters of the sacred Kaveri lay a forgotten temple, silently guarding the memories of kings, devotees, and generations long gone. The river revealed this hidden shrine to the world in 2019 and once again in 2023, and now in the summer of 2026, I have been blessed with the opportunity to behold this sacred place with my own eyes and bring its extraordinary story to you.